Good morning, Moore Elementary students and staff. Today is Friday, December 1st, 2023. December 1st, Mrs. Fusi.
We are there. Good stuff. Good morning, Mr. Qual.
Good morning.
We have the riddle of the day. What kind of cup doesn't hold water? What kind of cup doesn't hold water?
What is it, Mrs. Fusi?
A cupcake.
A cupcake.
That's even better than water.
Our quote for the day, positive anything is better than negative nothing. That's from Albert Hubbard. Positive anything is better than negative nothing.
Yes, it is. And we want to celebrate our November non-certified staff Mustang Award winner, Mr. Jordan Bone. Mr. Jordan was presented the Mustang Award for being a reliable and caring staff member. He goes above and beyond with his students. He is like the gentle giant, and he is so consistent and gets kids to feel good about their learning every day. We're so lucky to have him here.
Thank you there, Mr. Jordan Bone. Does a great job at the crosswalk, keeping kids safe in that cold weather as well.
So congratulations.
We have some Katya winners to announce. If your name is called, please come to the office to claim your prize. In Miss Mary's classroom, we have Layla Johnson. In Miss Wren's classroom, Amelia Deers. In Miss Verdon's classroom, Amelia Soto Hernandez. In Miss Kamal's classroom, Paisley Mutterman. In Miss Harrington's classroom, Haley Ludowies. In Miss Rydberg's classroom, Betty Lucking. In Miss Halverson's classroom, Ashlyn Hector. In Miss Joy's classroom, Jasmine Dudley. In Miss Erickson's classroom, Journey Blake. In Miss Nelson's third grade classroom, we have Allison Watrin. In Miss Ron Portal's classroom, Michaela Kellish. In Miss Nelson's fourth grade classroom, Harper Stegman. In Miss Schultz's fourth grade classroom, Reed Thielander. In Miss Anderson's fifth grade classroom.
Yep, fifth grade.
We have Cregan Gravening. In Mr. Norvell's classroom, Kason McClanahan. Miss Thor's classroom, Stella Denzine. In Miss Lick's classroom, Jackson Seibert. And in Mr. Nelson's classroom, Braden Simpson. So congratulations to all of you, and remember to come down to get your prize.
And thank you for showing your Mustang pride of our 3 school rules of respectful, responsible, and safe. Keep working hard, everyone, so your name can get drawn.
Great work.
And then we want to celebrate, some of our classrooms have won their perfect attendance rewards. We want to congratulate Miss Ryder's class, Miss Hasselfeld's, Miss Harrington, Mrs. Anderson's 4th grade class, Mrs. Westling's class, Mr. Samuelson's class, and Miss Hambley and Miss Kep's 1st grade classes. Classrooms can achieve their reward by completing the word perfect in all days of full attendance. So thank you, students, for taking school seriously and being here to make sure that your learning is complete every single day.
It's also a life skill. Sometimes we have to have that little extra grit. You can hear me. I've been raspy for like 3 weeks, I think.
Yes, you have.
But I feel okay. And I'm going to be here because I have to have grit. I have to get up in the morning and I have to persevere through some of those things. If you're super sick and you have a fever or you're vomiting, that's different. And we understand that. But we want you here when you can be here. Speaking of attendance, we've got some other great work in the attendance field going on. We've been doing some analysis on our attendance, and we have an announcement here for the top class in each grade. Our first winner is in kindergarten. Mrs. Samuelson's class has been here 95.9%. Awesome job.
That's great.
First grade, Miss Kep's class, 95.4. So Mrs. Samuelson's was the top kindergarten class. Miss Kep's is the top first grade class. Second grade, Mrs. Hasselfeld's class, 95.3. And this was pretty close all the way through, Miss
Right.
Ritchie. It'll be interesting to see who is the next winner in this
Yes.
challenge, which will be Later this winter, we'll announce the new classes. Third grade, we have Miss Ron Portal's class, 96.1.
Wow.
Fourth grade, Miss Wesley's class, 95.2. Fifth grade, the highest total in our school, Mr. Norvell's class, 97.2%.
That's awesome.
And in sixth grade, Mr. Nelson's class, 94.8%. Congratulations to all of those classes. We have some special treats for you. I know there's a popcorn party, possibly some extra recess and or a video, so maybe some other surprises in there as well. But kudos to those classes. That was the beginning of the year through November 20th. Our next challenge will be from November 21st through, I believe it's January, when we'll do the next announcement for the winning classes in each grade level.
Keep up the great work, everyone. And now we have Tips by Tip explaining Lost and Found.
Hello, Mustangs. We are back, and that means you know what time it is. Time for Tips by Tip. I'm your host, Mr. Tip, safety expert, right here at Mora Elementary. Today is a big one. It's Lost and Found. So let's dive in. A new addition to the Lost and Found this year is something called the Hat Tree, okay? And this is located out by the sticker machine by the office doors. Now let's break down the Hat Tree and what this all means, okay? So you can grab those hats if you need one to use out at recess. They're clean, okay? They've been gone through. They're there for your use. Now it's important though, when you're done with them, put them in the bins that you'll see either at the recess doors where you come out or go in, or in the commons. There'll be bins. They look like laundry baskets. When you're done using a hat, put them in there so they can be rewashed. Do not put it back on the Hat Tree. I repeat, do not put it back on the Hat Tree. We just want clean hats on there. Okay, that helps with, the potential of spreading germs or lice. We don't want any of that stuff going around at our school, so be diligent about that, okay? So put them in a basket when you're done. That's the Hat Tree. Speaking of those baskets and or they're called like smaller bins or laundry baskets, okay? They are placed in the commons, the recess door we head out of, and the recess door we go in at, okay? All those bins are there. You can look through these, remember, only in for stuff that you might need, hats, coats, mittens, okay? You can use that stuff. It is also Lost and Found. Also, remember, only take hats from a bin if they belong to you. Do not take hats from a bin if you just need one to borrow one for recess. Where do we grab those from? That's right, the Hat Tree, okay? Only take hats from the bins if they're like yours and I lost that, I found it. Perfect. Also, the Lost and Found area in general. First things first, to the staff. We always can use help tidying up the Lost and Found, okay? We each take a day here, a minute there. It'll be easy peasy, just like with everything else. Also, again, guess what you can't take from the Lost and Found area to use? Hats. Only take hats from the Lost and Found area if they belong to you. A week ago, you had a Sweet Vikings hat, you lost it, you happen to see it there, perfect. Take your hat back. If you're headed to recess and you forgot a hat that day and you just need to borrow one for the day, take it from the ding, ding, ding winner Hat Tree, okay? We can't stress that enough. Moving on, other needs. Like we have coats, pants, boots, we have it all, okay? There's also backup items in the commons area that staff can go and look through. They're in cabinets or cupboards. I believe sometimes they might be locked. So students, you shouldn't be going through these on your own. Get a staff member for help, okay? That'll be a bunch of extra stuff we have in there if it's really cold and we have a lot of needs arise, okay? Also to staff, we can always use help emptying the bins when they're full, and organization and folding of the Lost and Found area, and also outside when we have those lost items that are on the racks or shelves, make sure we're bringing those in to put in those bins, okay? Students, really be diligent at remembering your belongings, okay? We try to make announcements every day at recess, but make sure if you go out with a coat and hat, you're coming in with a coat and hat. If you bring your lunchbox out there, you're coming in with your lunchbox. If you got a notebook with a couple colored pencils because you're bringing that out to do that at recess and you set it down, make sure to pick it up, okay? Which we probably don't have to worry about that extra stuff in the winter. Just make sure you're remembering all your warm weather gear, okay? And don't take it if it's not yours, okay? Be honest with it. Teachers, if your students have any questions in your email, you will find the lost and found kind of rules and regulations, okay? So make sure you can definitely answer your students' questions with that, or if you have any questions, that can be answered from that as well. Thank you, Mustangs, and we'll see you next time.
Make it a great day.
Or not,
The
the choice is always yours. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mrs. Anderson's 4th grade class.
1.
I pledge allegiance